morning. It's day 4. It is about 7:45, so we did get an earlier start. And today we got roughly about 23 miles to go. Yesterday, like I said earlier, was great. It had very nice terrain, very beautiful. The last 5 or 6 miles kicked our butt. We did about 20 miles yesterday. The last 20 miles was like, it was down in a draft and over the rocks. We call them Satan's butt crack. But it was very tough, stinging nettle, the whole 9 yards. And then to top it off, we get to the top, and then it turns into all these boulders. We were boulder hopping. And then icing on the cake, I fell and I broke my trekking pole, snapped it. So I did just extend the pole so I can still use it enough just for balance and stuff. But yeah, we got to get moving, and we're going to try to make it out today. So if not, we'll just ration our food and try to stay for another night somewhere, because there are some more campsites. But the one thing was, you hear the saying, the trail does provide, because we were up here, it was getting dark, it was so tired. Looked off to the right of the trail, and there was this big wide open flat spot, perfect for tents, perfect for hammocks, and there's just a primitive campsite. It's not even a campsite. We just went off and just set up, and the trail does provide. So that was, thank you, trail. That was great. So now it is time to get moving. We are between mile 56 and 57, at least according to all trails. We'll probably end up getting matching it to the map here when we stop for lunch. But terrain wasn't too extremely bad. It was a little slow going some spots, but now we're up here, and it is just another gorgeous place. This trail is beautiful, and you need to come out here. We were just talking about it even being more scenic than the Loyal Socks Trail. And what I mean by that is just more diverse areas. Some places were wide open, some places were like a tunnel, a lot of streams, but this is just, and it could just be the weather too. There's not a cloud in the sky, totally blue sky, and lower humidity. It's cool. It's almost like fall. Last night it was down into the 40s, so it's almost like fall weather, but it's a beautiful day for a hike. About 12:30, and we really got hungry, and it turns out that we're going to be hiking up this really long climb. So we figured we're too far to go back to a flat spot, and we really didn't want to have to hike on for the next 2 hours uphill and then have lunch. So we just stopped at the flattest spot we could find right on the trail, And so we're having lunch, and then we're just gonna get moving. We are at about mile 10-ish for the day, I think, between 9 and 10, I would say, and it's 12:30, so that's pretty good. I mean, we made some pretty good time. We left at 7:30 to 12:30, so that's a good 2 miles an hour average. And the terrain's a little tougher than yesterday, but yeah, we just got a big climb and beautiful scenery though. It may be some tough terrain, but the scenery is beautiful, so that's kind of helping. But we're just gonna rest here for a couple more minutes, pack up, and off we go. We got spit out to this road and we're just following the blaze. It's a nice walk. It's a nice reprieve from being on the rocky trail. So we can kind of speed up a little bit. But we're at roughly about mile 64-ish. We're definitely after 64, so we got a little less than 8 miles to go. There are definitely some long, steep climbs on this hill, especially the west side of this trail. Yeah, there's a lot of hills. We are at roughly mile 68-ish, so that's about 4 miles left to go to for the trail, and it is 6 o'clock. So we're estimating between 8 and 9. Dakota says 8, I say 9, so we'll see what time we make it there. But it's been a really beautiful trail so far, and I'm sure it's still not going to disappoint all the way to the end. All right, we are done. We just made it to the trailhead. That was 72 miles in 4 days. And the weather was perfect except for that little bit of a rainstorm, but Trail was beautiful. It was perfect. Challenging for sure. So if you're looking for a good challenge and a really nice trail, do this trail. This trail is just amazing all the way around. So with that, we are going to pack it in, get in the car, and now we're on a search for a nice juicy burger. Thank you for coming along on this trip, and I'll see you next time.